Woo! Welcome to Mukbangs with BYU Foodie, Spicy Edition. Ooh. Anyway, it's good to be back with you guys, and today I have a very special guest who's near and dear to my heart. Just look at how cute she is with her little trenzas and stuff. This is my cuñada, Jasmine!
Hi, everyone!
Oh, cuñada in Spanish, my friends, are... In English, my bad, guys, I can speak. In English, it's sister-in-law. So this is my cuñada, or as I lovingly call her, my cuñis, you know, my ghetto lady and stuff, because, you know, that's how we roll. Just kidding, guys. She's very, I don't know, she's very good. I'm not very good. It's okay. Anyway, so today, since it is March, and the beginning of March, as many of you know, it's Women's History Month. And I wanted to celebrate, sorry guys, specifically by talking about the importance of womanhood and just kind of celebrating how each of us kind of does our own growth in womanhood and how we perceive womanhood, because it changes over time. I don't know about you guys, but like when I was younger, what I thought a woman was is not the same thing what a woman is now, which I am. I mean, I've always been a woman, you know, but besides the point, guys, besides the point, it's just like growing into that. So I kind of just like want to open it up first and like, to you, Jasmine, what is womanhood? As I grab this, Station 22 is the first one we're going with, Nashville hot sandwich. Continue.
So for myself, I think womanhood is the actual definition for me is being able to just do so much, not only within your own specific community, but with those that are outside your community. Womanhood means more than just, I think, femininity. I can never say that word.
Trust me, I struggle all the time too. Your half.
But it means just to be able to be aware of all your talents, all your skills. I think that's, to me, what it means to be a woman. To be a woman.
Yeah, no, I like that it's more than just femininity, because a lot of times, as well, if some of you remember from last time, we discussed that I am a human development major, so I love studying this kind of stuff. I've seen like children, how the perspective has changed on them, men, how that's changed, and also with women. So I kind of want to talk about specifically how Jasmine brought up a good point. Like, it's not just our femininity that's important, you know, because sometimes back in the day, as you know, like women were viewed for their sexuality, their ability to raise children, to birth children and things like that. And that's all it was. But we know that with the changes of like World War I, World War II specifically, women began going out and doing work, going into factories, like being the heads of households, different things like that. So I think that's really important, because it's like, not only is it your community, but it's you yourself as a woman in your reach, which can just be even at home.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like who can you reach? How can you touch someone with your skills that aren't just limited to femininity?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And so a big part of that too, that like, guys, I'm sorry, I gotta take a bite because the sauce was spicy and I kind of gotta take a bite. Quick pause before I continue.
So this one was which one again? Station
22.
Okay. Station 22. Let's see.
This is actually kind of spicy. Shoot, this is actually kind of spicy. I mean, okay. Fun fact about Jasmine, guys. If you saw in my stories, I talked about our guest this week, that the Blazing Hot did nothing to her. This is that woman. Blazing Hot, not that hot for her.
I feel like spice, but it's not spicy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's slow, maybe.
Slow burn? Okay.
Or I got a lot of the bread.
Maybe, because you know, some of my sauce, it's like all over. Because to me, this is spicy. I don't know if you want to try mine.
Yeah, let me try
It has more sauce on it. Anyway, as Jasmine's trying that, something for me that's important to womanhood and something that I admire about womanhood is just the ability to create. Like, and I want to put this specifically in this way. Females have a very interesting perspective on the world. And before I continue, men are also very important. I love men. I love my husband, as you already know. But I do want to put a point that women have an interesting perspective on the world, because I feel like without forcing it, women are naturally empaths. whether they like it or not. They are thinking about somebody else. They're worried about somebody else's feelings. They want to make somebody else feel included, comfortable, things like that. And I feel like that's something so important to remember with womanhood. And I feel like that makes them very special kind of creators, like with content creation, with product creation and things like that. They do it specifically for a reason, to either connect with people or make people feel connected. And I think that's something so beautiful that I admire about womanhood, and that I've learned about myself too. Like, as you guys know, I was kind of thrown into this foodie thing unintentionally, but I love it. Excuse me, guys. But I really love that, like, inadvertently, that's the word, I learned that, like, I have the power to connect with you guys, even though half of you I haven't even met in person. Like, I have the power to influence you to help, you know, local businesses, moms that are working from home, dads that are home chefs, people that just want to use their good talents to spread it to the world. So I don't know. I think that's really important about womanhood. But I want to open the question to you, I guess, now. What do you admire about womanhood? Or what have you learned over time about womanhood?
So before I answer that question, I'm going to just rate how so far the taste has been for the sandwich. From 1 to 10, my scale of like spiciness, 10 being the spiciest, I think it's at a like 4.
Really?
Yeah, 4.
Dang, woman!
And to answer your question, which was, what do I think of womanhood? Or no,
What do you admire about womanhood?
Or what do I admire?
Or what have you learned over time about womanhood?
Okay, so one thing, I think I had shared it on my personal Instagram. I just recently started reading this book by Elizabeth Crawford, the women's suffrage movement. And I didn't know that the suffragists based a lot of their movement behind the Iroquois lifestyle. I didn't know that indigenous tribe, the Six Nations, in other words, the Iroquois.
Didn't know what that meant. That was good to know.
All of their way of life is by the matriarchy, meaning the woman rules a lot, not just in the home, but like they get to vote for the tribal leader. A lot of their spirituality is based off the woman. Like, for example, I was just reading just before I came over here.
Yes, preparing with the facts.
And that they have 6 leaders, 6 spiritual leaders, and the 7th one is a woman. And they're all men. The 6 spiritual leaders are all men, and the 7th is a woman. And from there, you know, they talk about their, you know, they share and they talk and they teach their tribe about their spiritual beliefs. But anything cannot be said spiritually without the spiritual woman's, the spiritual woman leader saying, okay, yeah, this is what we're teaching.
This is the okay.
This is the okay. And the same as if the Iroquois were to go to war, they would have to have the okay from women leaders in the tribe. And I didn't know that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, okay, which one's this one?
That's. Guys, I'm not that great with heat, so if you start seeing me turn red, this is. Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna try this one out.
This is the Death Fire.
Death Fire from.
From Lovebirds. Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry.
I feel like I'm sweating so hard. I haven't sweat this hard in a while. Where are the French fries?
Oh yeah. That one hit me. It's because I sucked in. Oh, I sucked in air.
Oh shoot.
Okay, this was like a 9.
Oh, do you all see me? I'm like turning red. I'm. Whoa.
I would say it's a 10 only if it makes me cry, but it's not there yet. Like if I start like. If my nose, if my nose starts dripping and my eyes start watering, that's a 10 for me. But so far, it's a 9.
I am getting there. Oh, we should have saved that one for last.
We should have saved this one for last, yeah.
Guys, we're
this
just like...
surprising. I did not think this was going to be spicy.
Because we tried the Hellfire, right? And it wasn't this bad.
Oh, no. I think this might be a 10, actually. I'm starting to tear up.
Are you serious? Well, you heard it here first, folks. Lovebirds might have just won this match before we got to the rest. No.
Now how are we going to judge the other sandwiches now?
I think we gotta let her... I'm sweating. I feel like I'm working out.
It's like all over my mouth.
Okay, where's the ranch? Okay, get a fry and rub it on your tongue with ranch.
Okay.
I hope you guys are enjoying this.
The Buffalo Wild Wings that we tried the other day didn't make me react like this.
No, you were unfazed. No. Okay, lovebirds, you win.
Oh my gosh.
Do you hear me, lovebirds? You made me eat ranch to get rid of the spiciness, and I don't like ranch.
My foot is tapping. Like, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Ooh. Okay, guys.
This was good though. I like this type of food. I tell her all the time. Like,
yes, she's always craving it.
I have to have food that's okay. If I'm eating something typically Mexican, and if there's not spice in it, I feel like there's no flavor. Mm-hmm. But it's flavorful. Like, everyone eating with me, it's like, this is so good. I'm like, it's not good without any spice. Like,
it needs that kick.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna eat a pickle because it's still in me. Okay. Anyway,
we were talking about womanhood.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Can you tell we were attacked? Oh, that pickle feels nice on my tongue. Okay. Oh.
Maybe we should have gotten the milk.
We should have gotten milk.
I typically don't like to have milk on the side if I eat spicy.
We ain't weaklings, but she was. Okay. Anyway, so let's continue on here. I really like. I'm gonna just keep eating. Hey, maybe the cheese will do something. I typically. We have oat milk. We've been saved. Okay. Anyway, going back to the fact you were saying, this cheese kind of helps. Oh wait, the cheese is kind of spicy. It's not. It won't kill you, but it's kind of spicy. But we need to open it up. Anyway, so I really like what Jasmine was saying about how we can learn a lot from different cultures. Like, I didn't know that. Well, I've heard stories from my anthropology classes and stuff, right? Oh, yes, please. It's like lingering. Oh, why? That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I needed that. I'm kind of scared to try the other. Although I'm pretty sure we're gonna crown this one champion. Anyway, but something really important that I was thinking about is that I love that in such, I don't know how long they've done it, you know, that Native American tribe, but I do love that you can tell where the importance is to this tribe. Like, womanhood is important, the matriarchy is important. And I don't think, I might be switching gears a little bit here, but I feel like in our society, we are starting to respect women more. I have seen that. But I feel like also we're losing sight about everything that comes with womanhood. You know, because recently, I'm sure you've seen it too, like the movement has been get your career, get your job, like be that boss babe, be the, you know, lady that like goes and does everything and you know. And I feel like that almost takes away the beauty of what's it called? Of having a family, the other side of womanhood. Because to me, like, you know this, we've talked about this and you will now learn. My biggest dream, even though like I've loved getting my degree, I've loved doing this with BYU Foodie and everything, my biggest dream has always been to be a mother. Because I've seen my grandmother and heard the stories about her. I've seen my great-grandmother and heard stories about her. And I've seen my own mother, just how caring and kind she is and how much she's changed. Like, since as far as I can remember, as a wee little wandering thing, like to now, I have learned so much about what it takes to be a mother, and I feel like it should be just as important and just as talked about as like getting that career and stuff like that. Yeah. And if you can't, that's okay too. You get that career, you do what you can. It's just, I feel like nowadays in our society, we've lost sight of that side of womanhood. I don't know. Do you have any comments?
It's interesting because I think whenever Beca and I have had conversations like this, which should probably be more,
Yes.
But I keep touching the microphone. I'm sorry. I have 2 little girls at home, so I'm a stay-at-home mom.
And I'm jealous. No,
So it's interesting because I think one time we were talking about how I always wanted what Beca has, and right now she wants to be a mother, you know? And I'm like, I'm so proud of all the achievements Beca has done. And for myself, I find some opposing views on it just because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I want to be out working. I want to be out, you know, finishing my education. So far, I only have my associate's degree, and I've been wanting to get my bachelor's. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
But just motherhood. Almost 2 little toddlers. One's almost a toddler. One's already a toddler.
They're the
So
cutest
it's like,
things in the world.
it's so hard to just, I'm always on my toes.
She can never rest.
Yeah.
Like, for realsies, there is no rest for a mother.
And it's interesting, too, because you bring your mom and your grandma. For myself, it's actually my dad who's given me a lot of feminist viewpoints. And I say that because, and if my mom watches this, my mom is very much of, you know, take care of your husband and, you know, make sure that he's always fed and you cook and clean the house. And I think that's good. But at the same time, I feel like, Mom, you know, like as a woman, I want to feel seen in the household of the things that I do. And, you know, we've seen studies that have shown that, you know, there's so much of unpaid women's work in the household, outside of the household, you know, like just doing a whole mess of other things. And my dad has always instilled in me as a young girl, you know, before you get married, you need to finish your education. And I did things differently.
She jumped the gun, but my brother's a catch, so.
Yeah, he is. I can't argue there. But, so I still have those dreams and I still want to pursue them. It's just different. It's difficult for me at the same time because I have to navigate. Like, okay, womanhood is looking different for me now. And I think that's something we've talked about in the past that I'm like, I never wanted, I wanted to, okay, let me clarify. I wanted to have children, but it wasn't the focus that I wanted to have. My goals was always, you know, to be educated, get all of that out of the way, and then focus on my children. And after that, possibly I wanted to become a teacher. I wanted to go teach elementary school.
She is still going to be a bomb teacher, just a little later.
So that's my side. It's different from Becca's, but I definitely feel like there needs to be a balance always. I've seen in online social media sometimes, like when people say that they see feminism as like a man-hating thing, and I don't think that's true. It's just there's stigmas to everything. But I definitely believe, you know, there's some people that are very like, oh, men this, men that. And I'm like, yeah, but like, you know, there needs to be balance. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try this one out. Which
that
one
one's Dirty Bird.
Dirty Bird.
Okay, to be honest,
what
after the
did you
Lovebird, it tasted like a normal chicken sandwich.
Oh, really? Okay.
So just to let you know, quick pause to let you know what we've been eating. The first one we had was Station 22, Nashville hot chicken sandwich. This, from the layer of the devil and back, is the Death Fire from Lovebirds. That wrecked us if you were here earlier.
Totally normal chicken sandwich.
Yep. You don't taste it. And
Nothing.
This is the hot one. This is their spicy version.
Wow.
So I'm like, why
It
does...
tastes really good though.
It's a good flavor. I like the chicken. You can tell it's dark meat. But at the same time, I'm like, I feel nothing after that last one. That last one, I'm like, I don't know if I want to touch it again. It was good, but I don't know if I can touch it again.
Our taste buds are gone. Like
I think we've started a clean slate. And so, anyway, continuing on, I like what you were saying, Jazz, because it's true. Like, we are kind of on opposite sides of the spectrum. And there are people that are hopping on as well that are on different parts of that spectrum in womanhood. And I think finding, like, reverence and respect for all sides are so, so important. Because honestly, like, I love what I've done. I love what Jasmine's done as a mom. I love, like, watching moms share their struggles when they have infertility issues or when, you know, baby came different than expected, you know, different things like that. And I think that's super duper important. And I love that women can be anywhere and everywhere on the spectrum and still find a way to support each other and have respect for where they're at. And so another big thing as well that I wanted to focus on that you mentioned was like the feminism. I love your dad. You already know this. I love that. Ooh, sorry guys, the spicy's coming back to haunt me. But I love that, like you said, that feminism, your biggest ideal for that came from your dad. Because that's so important that we have men that support. And here's something that I studied. There have been a bunch of waves of feminism, and there's this new spin-off wave besides like normal feminism, which is like, you know, supporting women, getting them equal rights, things like that. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's called radicalized feminism or new wave. I think it's new wave feminism, that has taken its own branch and has kind of tried to put down men a lot. And it's very new. It's come out within like, I think 2010s is when it started, somewhere around then. So it's like the last decade. And it's kind of sad to me because to me, I feel like you can't have womanhood without also recognizing manhood. You know? Because I mean, like, think about it this way. If there was no man, there would also be no woman. And I'm not talking in a spiritual sense, but we wouldn't notice a difference. You know, we'd all just be people. I don't know if you guys remember the Fairly Odd Parents episode way back in the day when he was like, I want everybody to be the same and like nobody to be special. You know what I'm talking about? And they're all just blobs. They're just gray blobs.
They're all blobs,
yeah. So to me, that's something that, what's it called? I think about when I think about like, okay, well, if I want everybody to be equal, like not saying like treated fairly or anything like that, but equal, then you'd have to take away everything that makes them different and everything that makes them special. And that would mean taking away that womanhood, taking away that manhood, taking away childhood even too, you know? And I think, and I don't want to like step on any toes and I don't want to like say that it's not important, you know, like, and that we should just throw away with all those gender rules. There are some gender rules and roles that I feel like should be changed, that we could be a little more progressive mindset with. But overall, I feel like it's really important to remember that there are differences, but they're special. And to have us, you can cut it for us if you want. I think there are 2 pieces of chicken in there. This is the Fat Daddy's Chipotle chicken sandwich, so very excited. But like I said, I don't think anything's going to be spicier than that death fire. Anyway, so something that I really, really love about feminism is when men can stand behind it. And I'm not talking about like the guys that, I know you've seen like the SNL skit where it's like the guy at the bar that's just like, hey baby, you know I'm a feminist and I'll support you in all your rights. And the girl's like, woo! You know, type thing. Like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like men who actually support women because they've had good women in their lives to support. You know, it's like men that recognize that their mom needs feminism, you know? Their sister needs feminism. Their auntie, their cousin, their whatever, their grandma, you know, they need feminism. And I think that's something so, so important to remember, that like anybody can truly be a feminist without putting down another gender, sex, or anything like that. I think we can all support one another because it's the fact of the matter that we're human, we have differences, but we still care. And we recognize those differences and we want to celebrate them because that's a big thing. I don't know. Do you have anything to add before I keep jabbering on?
So far, I've only tried the bread. I haven't been able to get to the chicken yet.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. But I definitely think you're right. I think I think we all, it just needs to, we need men to support women. And just, I think part of the big deal out of all of this is we need to learn our history. You know, we need to become educated in all sense of not just, you know, feminism for Latinas, feminism. We need to study feminism for Black women, feminism for Indigenous women, you know. So That's all. My journey has definitely come. I keep touching the microphone. My journey has definitely changed. A lot of my viewpoints of womanhood have changed, and it's still changing.
Yes.
But I'm grateful that we have so many resources right now that can teach us what it means to be a woman nowadays. But I'm so happy I had this conversation with you.
Yum.
And then we got to eat chicken sandwiches.
As you could tell, we died. So, friends, we're running out of time. But before we close, first I want to tell you what we got. That one's the Bumblebees, K Philly. I'll let you know how it is later. Post about it. We got Station 22, Nashville Hot. What's this one? The Beast from Hell. Death Fire. I finished the Dirty Bird because it was after the spicy one. And I was like, I need something to quench my hunger. And
I finished that one too.
Right? And then this is the Fat Daddy's Chipotle chicken sandwich. So far it's really good.
Yeah.
Not super spicy, but good.
It actually tastes sweet to me.
Yes.
It
right?
smells spicy, but it tastes sweet.
It tastes sweet. I wish you guys could smell these things. Anyway, but I just want to say thank you for joining us with this. And I hope this is just the start to the beginning of you guys learning more about womanhood and learning how to celebrate it and honor it. Not just this month, but anytime you get. And not just when you're with a lady either.
Yeah.
Celebrate it when you're with anyone. Like, celebrate with your homeboys and homegirls. Gosh, I sound so old, guys. I promise I'm not that old. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, and you'll catch this on YouTube, and we're just gonna...
Let's try another one. Another bite.
No! Okay, fine. Only because I like you. Y'all
Cheers.
ready?
Cheers.
Clink. I'm so scared. I'm doing a tiny bite.
Oh. I sucked in the air again. I can feel it tickling my my throat.
There it is! All right, guys. Well, we suffer here. I hope you'll have a lovely weekend. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, I'm sweating again. Do you feel it? I'm sweating again. Oh.
I'll let you go first.
It's the arrow at the top, bottom corner.
Oh, this one?
It's so good
No,
though, but
up,
I'm
up,
like,
up.
I'm dying
Up,
too.
up other corner. There it is.
Oh,
Bye. Yes.
Okay, Becca, drink some because
I know.
Ah.
I even took a tiny bite. Oh.
Dang it.
This hellfire.
Do you want to try some, Lance? It's
Sure.
like, oh, Becca has a lot of it still left over.
I've only taken small bites because I can. It's
I've
hot.
taken regular bite. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I gotta eat this other one. Oh.
I think the one I liked the best was the one I finished.
Which one did I find?
The one that you finished too.
The
The one that we had after. Ah.
Mm-hmm.